Welcome to the 5 best fermented foods for diabetics. So you may be wondering, what exactly are fermented foods and why are they getting so much attention in health food circles? And more specifically, why are doctors and nutritionists now recommending fermented foods for battling diabetes? Believe it or not, new studies conclusively show that fermented foods do indeed offer an array of surprising and powerful health benefits for your entire body. But it all starts in your gut. And the process of a food becoming fermented is what gives these foods their ability to aid your gut health, which in turn can work to improve your weight management, your nutrient absorption, your cardiovascular health, your brain function, and yes, even your blood sugar control. So we've got a gut feeling that you're ready to discover which fermented foods provide the biggest boost to your overall health, and especially your glucose regulation. Well, let's get right into the 5 best fermented foods for diabetics. So what are these 5 amazing fermented foods? And which fermented food, in gel extract form, has even been shown to aid diabetic wound healing? We'll get to today's list in just a moment, but first, we should let you in on the secret powers of fermentation. It's the complex biochemical process by which carbohydrates are converted to either alcohols, acids, or carbon dioxide due to being subjected to anaerobic conditions, meaning without oxygen. You've probably already seen this process in action when certain foods are left in airtight jars for an extended period of time. Many fermented foods are already chock full of diabetes-fighting nutrients, and the fermentation process will simply supply added health benefits. So, you should look for the most nutrient-dense fermented foods for the widest array of nutritional powers. But why does this fermentation process supercharge the diabetes-fighting properties of these foods? Well, as it happens, the health of your gut microbiome is actually closely linked with your glucose regulation. Living within your digestive system is a vast ecosystem of bacterial life, with both good gut bacteria as well as potentially bad gut bacteria. High sugar, high fat junk foods feed harmful bacteria within your gut, and that can lead to a variety of diabetes-related complications. But many fermented foods supply probiotics, or good gut bacteria, which can thrive within your gut microbiome. The fermentation process of some foods can also create prebiotics, which become food for your healthy gut bacteria. And studies now show that consuming both prebiotics and probiotics can lead to a variety of benefits for your blood sugar control. Plus, were you aware that diabetes can increase your risk of gastroparesis? What's that? This condition can lead to weakened muscles in the digestive tract. In turn, your body's ability to absorb nutrients may become diminished, potentially making it more difficult for you to properly adjust your insulin levels. So, by consuming quality fermented foods, you can improve the balance between your gut's good and bad bacterial colonies, while also increasing your nutrient intake and your body's nutrient absorption. And now we're ready to reveal the 5 best fermented foods for diabetics. Let's start off this list by taking a close look at one of the most recognizable fermented foods on the market: Greek and Icelandic yogurt. Yogurt, in general, is created through fermentation of cow, sheep, or goat milk, where certain beneficial bacterial strains are added and then consume the lactose, or milk sugar. After several hours, the bacteria converts lactose to lactic acid. That not only creates the tangy flavor and gel-like consistency of yogurt, it also adds a variety of positive health effects. What are the exact nutritional powers of lactic acid? We'll explain in just a moment. But first, we should note that both Greek yogurt and Icelandic yogurt, also called skyr, separate themselves from the pack because, after fermentation, these yogurts are strained multiple times to remove the whey, or excess liquid. That makes Greek and Icelandic yogurt thicker than normal yogurt, with approximately 25% fewer carbs. It also gives them a higher content of protein. Protein works to build muscle mass, and it also helps to slow digestion, both very important factors for improving long-term insulin sensitivity. Consuming quality sources of protein also helps to reduce appetite and unhealthy cravings. Now, what's so special about lactic acid bacteria? Well, studies show that this healthy bacteria can work wonders for your blood sugar balance. In fact, trial results published in the journal Critical Reviews in Food Science and Nutrition found that fermented foods that contain lactic acid bacteria have significant effects in improving HbA1c levels, fasting glucose levels, fasting insulin levels, lipid profiles, inflammatory markers, and even BMI in adults with type 2 diabetes. These probiotic yogurts also contain bifidobacteria, another type of good bacteria with gut-aiding benefits. Studies show that bifidobacteria can help to relieve constipation, boost immunity, reduce the risk of gastrointestinal infections, and improve the bioavailability of certain antioxidant minerals. Greek and Icelandic yogurts are also rich in other diabetes-fighting nutrients, including vitamin B12, calcium, phosphorus, and potassium. And thanks to their active bacteria, protein, and anti-inflammatory antioxidants, unsweetened Greek and Icelandic yogurt have been shown to aid weight management, increase levels of beneficial HDL cholesterol, reduce high blood pressure, and improve heart health in general. In fact, some studies now suggest that the higher the frequency of your yogurt consumption, the lower your risk will be for developing type 2 diabetes. But at the end of the day, if you are simply looking for the highest levels of gut-aiding probiotics, there are other diabetes-fighting fermented dairy products with literally billions more CFUs, or colony-forming units of beneficial bacteria. So what are they? Stick around, we'll tell you shortly. First, let's investigate a fermented bread, which has been shown to aid diabetes management. Of course, we're talking about that famous sourdough bread. Have you participated in the recent sourdough craze? Well, you should, because this bread is easy to make, and it is considered to be one of the best breads for your blood sugar. Possibly originating in ancient Egypt, sourdough is one of the oldest and most cherished types of grain fermentation. It is made by combining nutrient-rich wild yeast with lactic acid bacteria. While many breads contain a high amount of phytic acid, which is considered to be an anti-nutrient, as it can make it more difficult for your body to absorb certain nutrients, lactic acid has been shown to reduce the phytate content of sourdough by over 70%. That helps to increase the nutrient and antioxidant content of this wonderful bread. While most of the probiotics are killed off during the fermentation process of sourdough, the lactic acid still gives this bread prebiotics, which provides food for your good gut bacteria. And the fermentation process also helps to break down larger grain compounds, including gluten proteins, which can further aid your digestion. Plus, sourdough supplies a special list of powerful anti-diabetes micronutrients, including copper, folate, iron, magnesium, niacin, selenium, and thiamine. Sourdough is also a good source of digestion-slowing protein. So, what do all these nutritional positives add up to for your blood sugar control? Well, a study published in the journal Acta Diabetologica found that sourdough helped participants with impaired glucose tolerance improve their post-meal glucose and insulin levels. Okay, so now we've discovered the perfect low-glycemic fermented bread for blood sugar control. But what fermented food can you eat with your super sourdough? That's coming up next. First, let's meet Cafir. Some people pronounce it as Kefir, but don't get it confused with a certain lost boy. There's nothing scary about this fermented food. In fact, however you pronounce it, it can provide a bevy of health benefits for your blood sugar and your overall health. The name Cafir comes from the Turkish word keyif, which means feeling good, especially after eating. So that should tell you something about why kefir is linked to good gut health. This probiotic product is similar to yogurt, though thinner in consistency, so it's actually a beverage. It is created by combining cow or goat milk with kefir grains, which are actually gelatinous mixtures of probiotic microorganisms, including those all-powerful lactic acid bacteria. In fact, kefir contains over 60 strains of beneficial bacteria and yeasts, and they have been found to supply far more of those gut-aiding colony-forming units of bacteria than most yogurts. Plus, kefir supplies a list of pro-heart health, anti-diabetes micronutrients, including vitamins B2 and B12, vitamin D, calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus. Kefir is also low in carbohydrates, but rich in protein. Studies have found that kefir helps to improve immune function while decreasing markers of inflammation. And a recent study published in the journal Foods concluded that kefir supplies an array of therapeutic effects, including anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer, antimicrobial, anti-hypercholesterolemic, anti-hypertensive, and anti-diabetic benefits. Separate research from the journal Food and Function found that the fermentation process of kefir increases the bioavailability of polyphenols, which works to improve antioxidant capacity and glycemic control for diabetics. So, what may be the very best fermented food for your blood sugar? Today's top choice is just ahead, but now let's reveal a wonderful plant-based fermented food to pair with your sourdough. Tempe. No, not the city in Arizona. Originating in Indonesia, this fermented soybean product is now a popular meat alternative, and it can be a wonderful choice for diabetics. With a lovely nutty flavor, tempeh can be steamed, sautéed, or baked. Tempeh that contains lactic acid bacteria has been shown to increase the diversity of gut microbiota, which can provide a range of benefits, including improved glycemic control. And the fermentation process of whole soybeans gives this cake-like product an increased content of diabetes-fighting protein, vitamins, and minerals. In fact, tempeh gives you vitamin B6, copper, folate, iron, magnesium, manganese, niacin, phosphorus, potassium, riboflavin, and zinc. Tempeh also contains other bioactive antioxidants, including isoflavones, which have shown potential in the treatment of diabetes. In fact, an animal study published in the Indonesian Journal of Pharmacy found that soy-fermented tempeh consumption significantly reduced blood glucose levels while increasing heart-aiding HDL cholesterol in diabetic mice. A meta-analysis of multiple studies published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that tempeh can significantly decrease both artery-clogging LDL cholesterol and total cholesterol levels. And get this, results of an animal study from the Journal of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Community suggest that tempeh extract gel can significantly improve diabetes wound healing. Okay, so if you're looking for the best fermented food to aid your gut microbiome and your glucose regulation, look no further than sauerkraut and kimchi. Both of these traditional delicacies are made by fermenting nutrient-rich vegetables, especially cabbage and radishes, along with antioxidant-heavy spices like garlic and ginger. Like tempeh, both sauerkraut and kimchi can be wonderful additions to your sourdough sandwich. And studies show that both of these fermented cabbage products can work wonders for your health, especially for treating conditions related to oxidative stress. Loaded with powerful anti-diabetes antioxidants, kimchi and sauerkraut supply vitamin B6, vitamin C, vitamin K, copper, folate, iron, manganese, and potassium. And the fermentation process of these tangy meal additions gives you beneficial probiotics, including that all-important lactic acid bacteria. That's why multiple studies have found that unpasteurized versions of sauerkraut and kimchi can help to improve the health of your gut flora, reduce digestive issues linked to inflammatory bowel disease, strengthen the linings of your gut, improve your body's immune response, and increase nutrient absorption in your digestive system. A recent test tube study even suggested that the anti-inflammatory properties of kimchi may work to slow the aging process. Other studies link sauerkraut and kimchi to improved weight management. And a study published in the journal Nutrition Reviews stated that fermented foods, like sauerkraut and kimchi, influence the gut microbiome in ways which can reduce the risk of developing heart disease, metabolic syndrome, and type 2 diabetes. Therefore, you really can't go wrong if you include more fermented foods in your anti-diabetes, pro-gut health diet.